Hello, Divine Sunshiners.
Hello, Divine Sunshiners. I pulled some cards today about the energies that I am feeling.
Where we are. The Divine Masculine is having growing pains about really truly having to grow up spiritually and mature. These are tests that you've already had before. These are the tests that you kind of maybe failed before. These are the tests that saying, hey, this is the moment you've been prepared for. Now let me see how you're going to be able to handle it now. YouTube channel. All right, see you in a few. Benefits. So the story is still from your ancestors. It's still stored in your body. Stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, Namago. Good morning, and thank you for watching the channel. This is giving an update as far as the connections between the twin flames. All right, again, make sure that you click like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel called Divinely Speaking Unplugged. So now let's take a look at the energies as far as the connection between the divine feminine energies and the divine masculine energies within and so without. Also, let's look and see. Also, don't forget about the 8/8 event that will be happening on this coming Sunday. That is at 2 p.m. Central, where we have a lot of great speakers. Having April Williams. Also, we have a panel discussion between April Williams, myself, Stephanie Gibbs, and Benita of Wave of a Beautiful Warrior. All of us are experts in the dynamics of family. Also, we're talking about workshops. They will consist of journal writing with Kathy D. Also, with Audrey Semper. She is a social media maven. She is going to also give us advice about how we can rebirth our business when we talk about social media. We also have Angel Simmons. She is the author of the Narcissist book and also the Love's Great Design 52-week devotional book. And she's going to come and tell us how we can rebirth ourselves after dealing with a narcissist in a relationship. Also, we have lastly, we have yoga with Jamie Cavens as well. She's going to do a 50-minute, it might end up an hour, yoga session with us as we end, so we can be able to open up and clear up our chakras through movement, and then also anchor in the good information that we've got for the day. So this is all free. Make sure you come to Divine Unisoul's 11 YouTube channel. It will not be hosted on the Divinely Speaking. It will be on the YouTube channel, Divinely Speaking Unplugged. All right then, and this probably video will be simulcast on both channels, this one and on Divinely Speaking Unplugged. Make sure you go to my sister channel and click like, share, and subscribe on there. All right then, let's deep dive into what's happening with the Twin Flame Collective. All right, so right now everybody emotionally in our spirit is looking for how to have everything underneath the sun. And this is our target. This is the energies that we are aiming for. However, we are moving into that energies in order to have that everything underneath the sun, understanding that we have to become the magician. But in order for us to become the magician, it's going to take us to look within ourselves. We got to use wisdom. That means we got to use intellect, instinct, past experiences, things that we know, that we have gained in order for us to be able to move into the next movement. The next thing is our third eye. So we need to do some things of envisioning, seeing ourselves doing it, create the vision, make it plain so we can know what we be able to do as far as having that everything underneath the sun. Next thing, we have some storm warnings that have been happening with us. These storm warnings, or these so-called storm warnings, another thing that's towers, which to me is once it has thunder, that lets me know that it's spirit to bring it, or source is bringing on those towers. Why? Because it needs to break up your foundation. Your foundation as far as what your ideologies, your philosophy, maybe the foundation of in your root would be also from your ancestors, parents, things that they had said, the parental aspect, maybe also from how your foundations you have set up from your past experiences as well. They have set that up. And then also just pretty much just life in general, those things. And so now whatever things, and also from society, they bring it to me. And when society brings you those things that tell you about how your foundation should be set up, all those things are knocked down. I'm hearing London bridges falling down, falling down, falling down. London bridges falling down, my fair lady. So again, my fair lady again is in our spirit. Lady represents the divine feminine energies, and that's letting us know it's time in within our, how things on the outside is affecting our spirit or our inside, our divine feminine energies. It is time to knock that down, because again, the spirit wants to become anew. This also lets us know that by doing this storm warning, it's helping us move into being in our divine masculine energies, how we see ourselves in the world, how we, our leadership, how we go at it and getting things. We will properly be able to hold those things near and dear to our hearts, those heart's desires. There's a little conflict there because it's a little slow kind of grumbling. They are my kids with each other. So, you know, when they get to kind of together, that lets me know there's a little conflict. It's not it's rumbling. So it's a conflict that's in about having that within ourselves. And this is why Spirit is bringing that to us about this storm warning, understanding that we have to look at the young man there. He's handsome. How we appear to the world, outside appearance matches what's happening also within, so we can be able to hold those desires, even matters of the heart, much better, whether it's with our cohort or getting that job or getting that house, things and dreams and desires we have for ourselves. This is interesting. It's got leaves in the back. We're moving and approaching fall. Leaves also represent some things that's got to fall away, that no longer serve us. So again, that's interesting that they're red, falling apart, so we can be able to, two things. You can say either about our love, so we can truly express the love that we have, or it being red also represented so we can be very grounded and rooted in our knowledge about things. And that's what's going to help us to be able to be truly the man in our divine masculine energies, or as a man, as a human being, be able to hold the desires of our heart much comfortably, and that be our true or our new comfort zone. And that's interesting that they bring that too. In order to get everything underneath the sun, we've got to create a new comfort zone. And that's going to be the title of this. It just came to me. So when we have that, then we could truly move into abundance. This is 3. This is alignment of everything coming into alignment as well. And so we can have that blossoming. That means that's a process of having abundance. That don't mean instant, like I microwave it and then bam, boom, bam, boom, bow. Now, abracadabra, alakazam, now we have this abundance. That's not what it means. That means blossoming means there's a process in order for you to get to that. So this is what we have to understand that too as well. So it's a step-by-step process. It's a gradual release, they're telling me, of the abundance that you will get as well. Because once things are in alignment with spirit, soul, and body, you can understand that. Just a segue, Spirit had brought to me and say a lot of times when we do get the desires that we have, also remember that sometimes they don't give you those things that you desire is because there's not a lesson in that blessing. You know, you always hear me say there's a lesson and a blessing in everything. And in order for you to get certain things, there also comes with a lesson. Now, if they don't think that that lesson is going to help you to bring you to your highest good, then they usually say, X-nay, that's decline or deny, or let that simmer a while until we can really find where she is ready or he is ready for that lesson that's going to help them excel and ascend to the next level. So a lot of times when you get a no, which is not a denial, but sometimes they do give you the denial, then they say, hey, the lesson that you will learn being with that person or being in that situation or being in that place is not needed. Maybe you already have the keys. So that's why it's a no. So instead of you getting upset with Abba or Source or Allah, Elohim, which is really more than just one. It's like the powers of being altogether. It's more than one. Understand that that's one of the reasons why they have given you a flat out no. That's just like you being with your person. They are not where they need you to be, or it's not the highest form of being able to excel or for your highest good at that point, and that's why you get the denial. Okay, moving on. Next thing is release your ex. I don't know what you're doing over there. You're doing something. Excuse me, talking to my dog. Here, which is release your ex. Right now, they're saying advice from our spirit guides and my spirit guides to you is that, again, and the angels, is that you need to release your ex. You need to release your burdens. Some of you all, I told you before, I see this paper here, which is write a release letter. Make sure you've done that. I've told you that before. I think some of you all have not done that, about everything that you need to release in your life that no longer serves you, so that you burn it, bury it. I told you 4 ways to alchemize it. Bury it, that's ground and that's earth. Or alchemy means to use all of the 4 elements, so that would be earth. You can flush it down the toilet, that's water. You can use you can put it in the garbage and put it in your garbage can and let them send it away, carry it away to garbage man, that's air. And fire, you can burn it up, of course, and then that would be fire as well. So those are the things, but you need to do that. Some of us, again, have to, some of us also have to, release some burdens, our exes, some of the things that we are in. Yesterday, I was listening to a video, and someone just told me, say, just watch this video. You know how they do those pop-up ads on YouTube about getting a divorce. And I was like, well, I'm watching this. I said, no, I'm watching because everything has value. As how she was saying that in order for you to divorce, and that's the same thing, and maybe I need to do a podcast about that. I get a little much longer about that, which is the divorce. She say it's 2 things. You got to physically divorce from something, and you got to emotionally divorce. The emotionally divorcing from something is where it is the most hardest for you to release and let go. You've got to, she said, before you even start filing the papers, you got to go ahead and just emotionally release yourself. So I'm talking to somebody, emotionally release, because there's the dreams that you thought were going to happen and it didn't. There's the the assets, where I'm going to be, what's going to happen to me after I get out of here, my finances, how am I going to explain this to the kids? Now I got to do that, the talking, all this. What are my friends going to say? What are my family going to say about this? And this is all the emotion things that you got to kind of work out through those fears and helping yourself to be able to emotionally divorce first. So and then she said, then you're ready to go on ahead with the paperwork, because then again, you won't be moving into with the malice, talk about, well, I'm going to get it, stick it to him any kind of way, or I'm going to stick it to her because she cheated on me, and so I'm going for the jugular. So you don't have those type of attitudes as well about that. So if you emotionally release right now, you just like, hey, you get to a point. I had an ex that was like that, and he said once had released from his ex-wife. He's like, he felt like the scene from The Wiz where it said Brand New Day. He was playing that, and he could hear it playing in his head to say, it's over with, thank God, because it was just like, it was torture being in that. And then he was ready to move on and go on into the next phase or the next chapter. So again, he had emotionally, he would say, I was ready, I was sick, I was tired, and I was like, I had released it. It's no more I can pour in there. He went and remarried her again, thinking maybe things would be different. Most of the time, sometimes they do. But really, when the writing is in the wall and you going back into something just because out of your comfort zone, and like I said, needing to find a new comfort to be in, a lot of times that does not end well for you, because you're going with the devil that instead of you doing something different. You're moving backwards. Now, if it's a lesson and you feel like it's a pause that's been placed in there, that's a whole different story. But I'm not going to go off and veer off, because I want you all to stay on the expressway with me and not get off at the next exit or the next exit ramp. this is again understanding that we've got to emotionally divorce from things, and it's some things that we still, because of the dreams that we thought it was going to be, it didn't happen that way, and we've got to come to the point that we say, hey, it didn't happen, chalk it up. Look at my TikTok minute, which I'll probably put on here too, quickie, divine feminine quickie, understanding about that, because that's the emotional things where you got to let that go as well. Now moving into as far as us together about this trust value here. So when we talk about, hey, when we're talking about the trust value too, something about you scratching the wall. So some of us are still scratching the wall, got a head, banging our head against the wall about certain things. That's another thing I can say about that she's showing me. That, and we're scratching and we're clawing, and it's like, let's hear, the wall has been there, it's been established. We need to chalk it up and just release it and let it go. And that's what some of us are in our feminine energies, are still in our energies, as far as our emotions, are still clawing at the wall, and the wall is there. Either you're gonna climb over it. I'm seeing them showing me a scene like from Officer and a Gentleman, where he had a hard time climbing over the wall, and you had to keep on practicing, and that's through you emotionally divorcing the thing and go over the wall, because the wall is going to be there. That's an obstacle, but the thing is for you to go over it, not to claw at it, not to keep on banging your head against it. That wall is there as a lesson to go on the air over it, to learn about yourself, and then you can get the blessing. Last card here that Spirit wants you to know as far as advice is trust. It wants you to understand now when we talk about the two energies, because this is a two energy card here, which we had the divine feminine. Divine feminine energies feels as if she's been wearing her heart on her sleeve, and she's been vulnerable. She feels like the vulnerability, she's looked at that as a sign of weakness. And this is, again, you got to change your perspective and look at that differently. The divine masculine energies feels like, again, something within him that he can be able to hurt again as well. Now, this is all perspective, because this is actually a baton. Now, I can look at it and see it as almost that card that I have in my deck of the shadows thing. I can look at it and say, hey, that's not a weapon. That's actually look like a baton or some kind of stick to say it's giving direction. But to us and the divine feminine energies, or anybody that's looking at it, and it depending on your place or your perspective, are you looking for a place of hurt and pain and distortion, you would look and say, oh my God, he's trying to stab me. At the same time, we have to understand that a lot of times our divine masculine energies, maybe again through our actions, we perceive it as they're hurting us and giving us pain, but at the same time, they know the direction that we must go and the way we must grow. And through those lessons that they're giving us, it's not intentional that they are hurting us. But again, in order for us to grow, there's got to be what? Growing pains. So again, the divine feminine, divine masculine energies also has that uniform on. And in having that uniform on, that lets us know that he has been understanding, he's been to battle. He also has a lot of medals on, which lets me know that he understands that the reward that he has gone through, I heard that it's a chime, and that he's understanding, he's gaining medals from these battles that he is going through as well. And so now when I look at that, it does not look at it from a more healthy standpoint. It's like, now I've been through the fire and now I have direction. Divine feminine understanding that, hey, you've got to come with a sense of vulnerability in this in order to truly have trust in that, and understand that your vulnerability is a sign of strength, because once you're vulnerable, your heart is open. You're able to receive more. You're able to get more, and you're not looking from that place of distortion of saying that. Spirit also, everything in here is talking about trust here, but also I'm looking at the angel here, which means your spiritual guide say, hey, we got the arrows. All you got to let us know is when you need it, so we can be able to give you the target, the direction, and the guidance as to which way you need to go. This situation that we're in is twin flames, where we're talking about the divine feminine and divine masculine energies within ourselves, or the divine feminine and divine masculine energies on the outside, is requiring for us to have faith. Have faith in everything that we are doing in our journey. And say, true, I got a notification. It's very low. So take that advice and understand and heed well as to what we need to actually be doing as far as divine on this journey. Remember, okay, don't forget, that's the end of this message. Don't forget that we are having our 8/8 event on this Sunday, which will be one in which is a great event. It is free. It will be hosted on Divine Unisoul's 11 YouTube channel, not Divinely Speaking Unplugged, but Divinely Speaking, Divine Unisoul's 11 YouTube. It will be at 2 p.m. Central Time as well. Let me leave you on this note. It will be a plethora of speakers. We have a panel discussion. Ava Williams is going to open it. Also, we're going to have a panel discussion with Benita from Wave of Beautiful Warrior. She's a channel reading and reader, and also a physical space clearer, energy clearer as well. She and Stephanie Gibbs is a family counselor as well. So she's lending her expertise, and April Williams is going to come back because she has a lot of tap into the energies about what's going on with the family dynamics spiritually. What some channel things have came to her is about these new breeds and new babies coming in and how the dynamics of family is. And I can talk about it from my experiential point of view as far as my experiences of talking about family as well. So we're going to do a panel discussion on that, followed by workshops. Kathy D is going to do a workshop that's going to be about rebirthing yourself through journal writing activity. We're also going to have Audrey Semper, who is a social media maven. She is one that's going to lend her expertise in helping us to understand how we could rebirth our business through social media. We also have Angel Simmons, who is not a stranger to our events. She's going to come back and talk about, she's the author of the Narcissist book and also Love's Great Design 52-week devotional book as well. And she's going to tell us how we can be able to rebirth ourselves after a narcissistic relationship, after being in one. We're going to have ending. The whole thing will be Jamie Cavens. She's a yoga instructor, and she's going to help us to clear our chakras through body movement, and then also understand us to be able to anchor in all that good information and education that we have gotten from the day. So this is a day, and they're also going to be giveaways. Forgot to say that in the other one. So you're going to have giveaways as well. So this is a great dynamic event that you don't want to miss, and you want to make sure that you are a part of this free event as well. So we got dynamic giveaways. Some of them is valued as $500. So you don't want to miss that, and you want to be there in place. So all I ask for you to do is bring your comments ready to like the hell out of it, and then also bring your notebooks and your yoga mats and wear something comfortable so you can be able to dive in deep into the information and be able to rebirth you. All right, then, as always, you can always get a reading with me. Go to divineunisoul's11.co. If you need any kind of inspirational guidance, this is the last week for it's past. No, it's not. I'd say until the 11th. This is the last week going on for the GPS reading. So if you want one of those, make sure you hit me up on Divine Unisouls for that. It's only $7. It comes with telling you where you are on your journey, telling you where your person is on the journey, and then advice from Spirit about how you can be able to proceed on your journey. And then it also comes with mini coaching as well. All that for $7. Can't beat that. The next thing also is, so jump on that. Also, Don't forget to catch me on my Divinely Speaking Unplugged podcast as well. You can find me on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podbean, and Sanctify as well, and other streams as well. Let me see. I'm saying a lot of so I don't like to, but that's fine. And what else? The next thing is, I think though, and if you're interested in finding out what's the patterns that you have learned that you don't know and is affecting your life and you're getting blocks, make sure you get a session with me where we unlock the patterns and see what's going on through hypnosis. That could be through past life regression. It's usually listed as past life regression, but it's also I'm getting led to kind of rename that so people don't be scared about that. We look at what's happening in your present past life or your past life as well. So I think I will change that. And then also you will be able to, you can do that in person or via Zoom. And then also if you have any kind of pains in your body, most of the time it could be linked to a trauma or an emotion that's housed in your body and you want to release that, get a MAT session with me, go to the AshantiWellnessCenter.com and to book a session with that. All right, that is all the good stuff I'm doing. I have all the tools to help you with that. This station, this channel is mainly focused to bring self-union. So again, I give you all the information that I have to make sure that we are truly to thyself, be true. And as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Remember to shine, folks, and thanks for listening. I'll be talking to you real soon.